STI07, Web 2.0, the social web. In your lifetime, dramatic changes have occurred in the way people use the internet. In the early 1990s, most people didn't have regular access to the internet, or more specifically, the World Wide Web. Those who did have access dialed up the network from a home or office telephone. Internet users experienced long waits as web pages downloaded onto their screens. Email was the primary way that people communicated over the internet, and online communities looked like public bulletin boards where everyone could read the messages posted by others. Websites were static, essentially online billboards for the business that created them, but all that has changed. Nowadays, we access the web through wireless broadband connections that accommodate data-intensive applications like streaming music and full-length movies to multiple computers and other devices in a household. Email is still a common form of communication, but young people tend to view it with disdain in favor of tweets, texts, snaps, or social network sites like Facebook and Instagram. We keep track of our world, interests, and hobbies by reading blogs and online news sites, and receive news shared by our friends on social media websites and mobile apps. This latest evolution of the web is oftentimes called Web 2.0 or the social web. In Web 2.0, users don't just consume information. They actively create and share information through their own websites and social media sites like Yelp, Quora, Travel Advisor, YouTube, and hundreds of other platforms. We respond to the information we see online by commenting, writing reviews, retweeting, or sharing information and pressing like buttons. The internet has evolved from a slow, static, and hard-to-access medium to one that is fast, social, and universal. Sociologists have observed that the web has become an integral part of our culture, resulting in massive changes to consumer behavior and the way we conduct business, develop and maintain relationships, and is responsible for changes in the way people communicate, entertain themselves, and work. The evolution from Web 1.0 to Web 2.0 occurred as a result of improvements to Internet infrastructure. That is the hardware and software technologies that make up the critical components of the public online network. Some of the hardware improvements that have supported this Internet evolution include widespread broadband Internet access, wireless or Wi-Fi technologies, widespread adoption of personal computers, widespread adoption of mobile devices like smartphones and tablet computers, and a global expansion of large data centers. Improvements in software have also played a critical role in the development of Web 2.0. New web programming languages called AJAX technologies were developed that made it possible for programmers to create dynamic and feature-rich websites and mobile apps. Other important software innovations include the development of application programming interfaces, or APIs, and software development kits, or SDKs. An API is a set of commands and programming standards used by developers to write applications that can communicate with other applications. In other words, it aids developers in determining how their applications can pass data back and forth with some other application. APIs are critical in the development of mashup applications that pass data from one program or website to another program or website. An example of a mashup application is when a programmer wants to put a map showing the location of a store or business office on a website. Instead of writing a map program from scratch, they use an API to import data from a site like MapQuest and then embed the map onto the new website. APIs promote the sharing of information across the web, which is one of the key differences between Web 1.0 and Web 2.0. A software development kit, or SDK, is a bit more complex than an API. SDKs are a collection of software tools used by developers for writing applications that run on a specific device or platform. For instance, a Facebook SDK helps third-party developers write programs that will run on Facebook. Many people enjoy playing games on Facebook. The programmers that develop these games use the Facebook SDK to make sure the game software will run correctly on the Facebook website. The enhanced features and capabilities of Web 2.0 has given rise to a variety of applications collectively referred to as social media. Some people have a very narrow view of social media and think the term only applies to services like Facebook or Twitter. But really, the term social media refers to any application that enables users to create and share different kinds of information on the web. In the early stages of Web 2.0, social media applications tended to be associated with a single format or category of information sharing. Here's a list of the most common social media categories. Let's take a look at each of these social media categories individually. Social networking services are now the dominant form of online community, offering many more features than the old public bulletin board style communities that were available in Web 1.0. Social networking services are the most popular type of social media and offer several ways for members to interact, share, and collaborate. With social networking, individual users maintain an identity through their profile and can be selective about which members of the larger community they choose to interact with. Over time, users build their network by adding contacts or friends. On some social network platforms, organizations create an identity by establishing discussion forums, group pages, or some other presence. Among general-purpose social networking platforms, Facebook is the clear leader with over 2 billion active users. What is a blog? The term blog is short for weblog, a website where an individual or group maintains a journal or collection of regular postings, oftentimes focused on a particular topic or theme. There are many kinds of blogs. Some are personal, as in a kind of online diary or collection of thoughts and opinions maintained by an individual. Blogs can also be professional, used to share expertise or specialized knowledge related to a particular skill or technical topic. Blogs can be commercial, used by an organization to share information about products or services of interest to prospective customers. Also be political, used by individuals or groups to express viewpoints and commentary on political issues. If you think of a topic, someone is probably blogging about it right now. Microblogging is a specialized form of blogging where people or organizations frequently post very short messages, videos, or images. Twitter and Tumblr are often cited as the most popular microblogging social media sites. Earlier in this video, I described an example of a mashup application that made use of an API or application programming interface to create a map on a business website by importing data from MapQuest. This mashup application uses MapQuest's content for a new purpose, illustrating the location of store or office locations on a business organization's website. RSS, or really simply syndication, is another type of social media technology that allows people to import content from blogs so they can organize it in a really simple way that makes it easy to follow updates they subscribe to. Instead of readers having to visit several individual blog sites, they can use a blog aggregator to import content to a single location from several different blogs. RSS is the technology that makes this possible. There are many types of aggregators available to users, but one popular example is Feedly.com. Feedly allows readers to import blog content and organize the content into categories that they define and makes it easy to share articles and stories with their friends. Social monitoring tools import content from other social media applications. These tools are used to discover what people are talking about on social media and typically offer a variety of metrics for analyzing not only what people are saying, but also assessing things like frequency with which people are talking about a topic, how positive or negative people feel about the topic, and how many people are discussing the topic. Social monitoring tools are particularly useful to researchers as well as individuals and organizations interested in managing their online reputations. In the past, businesses had to conduct marketing research like focus groups and surveys to learn how people felt about their products and brands. Social monitoring tools now provide businesses with a powerful new way to listen in on thousands of conversations all going on at once in order to determine what people are saying about them. Not surprisingly, many companies are surprised by what people are saying about their products and customer service. Another type of social media that may be new to you is called social bookmarking. Social bookmarking tools allow users to tag the URLs or links to web content with keywords of their own choosing. This makes it easy to retrieve links later by using keywords to search for saved web pages. While most web browsers allow users to store links to online content by saving them to a list of favorites or bookmarks, this approach becomes cumbersome as more information is saved because the lists become too long and difficult to use. Deligo.com is perhaps the most popular and fully featured social bookmarking service. Bookmarking links with a service like Deligo is considered social because users can share their collection of saved website links with others in a variety of ways. Finally, Deligo can be used as an alternative to search engines like Google and Bing. Search results on Deligo are likely to produce helpful results because websites are tagged or categorized by humans, not by computer algorithms used by Google, Bing, and other large search engines. Wikis are another type of social media designed specially to promote and support collaboration. A wiki is a website that allows users to collaborate in the creation of its content. Wikis can be used as a workspace for collaborative teams, or they can become public websites built by large groups of collaborators. The most popular wiki project is Wikipedia, the online encyclopedia. Businesses can create wikis for a particular product and allow employees and even customers to contribute information that will form a knowledge base resource for those who need information about the product. Sharing websites represent another popular form of social media. While there are literally hundreds of different sharing sites on the web, some popular examples include YouTube and Vimeo for sharing videos, Flickr, Pinterest, and PhotoBucket for sharing images, and Dropbox, Google Docs, and Box.net for sharing documents. Sharing sites can be used as a collaboration tool by organizations and frequently offer plans that allow individuals and small businesses to use the sites for free. Sharing sites represent an attractive alternative to email for distributing images and video content because many email systems place limits on transmitting or receiving large files frequently associated with these kinds of media. During the early days of Web 2.0, many social websites specialize in just one of the social media categories I just described. However, over time there has been a trend toward feature convergence. As social media sites attempt to attract more users, they add features that blur the distinctive nature of their original websites. Take Facebook, for example. While Facebook started out as a social networking site, today users and organizations can use this site as a blogging platform. They can share images and videos with their network. They can import and share content from other websites, and they can use Facebook as a collaborative tool to communicate and share information with a small group of friends and form private discussion pages. Facebook has created APIs and SDKs that facilitate the development of mashup applications and third-party applications designed specifically to run in the Facebook environment. Today, Facebook offers features that characterize almost all of the individual social media categories I described previously. While feature convergence is blurring the lines of traditional social media categories, we continue to see an emphasis on the key elements that distinguish Web 2.0 from the early days of World Wide Web. Social media applications encourage user-generated content, dialogue between users and organizations, the creation of communities, and the ability to move information from one form or application to another. While the evolution of the World Wide Web in recent years has brought about exciting change, myriad new and useful websites and services and applications and new social media applications are being created every day. This is an exciting and sometimes chaotic time for both individuals and businesses. I hope you've enjoyed this summary of Web 2.0 and social media, and I encourage you to go online and explore many of the social technologies and applications described in Chapter 7.